Hey, how are you doing? Now we're live. Now we're live. How's it going, guys and girls and all the things, right? Hey, how are you doing? Hey, Zero. Hey, Deborah Guzman. Cheyenne Penna. Dora Pinion. Trace on the case. Donna's in the back, on the backstage, on the back end. Uh, Leanne Forsberg. Did you see that video of Tammy? It has no sound to it though, but I was like, oh my God, she was active. If that's the one you're talking about, Leanne. Hey, Lamisa. Hey, Brenda. How are you doing? Rachel Carter. I know. Happy birthday, sweet JJ. Sending love to your family today, Crush. Thank you. Y'all, I said the other day that he'd be 13, but he would be 12. He was born in 2012. Oh my goodness. So he would be 12 today, which is nuts, right? Nuts. And now my feet are dangling. It's funny. Raise raise the chair up and now my feet are well, they're not really dangling, but you know. How's it going? Hey Melody, how are you? Vicky Rupp. Are we talking about Melanie Pawlowski? Yeah. Oh, thank you, Lamisa. Yes, that is the one. Yeah. I was like, man, I would love to put music to it, but I don't, I don't want to go snatching it or anything, or you know what I mean. I see. It seems to. I wonder if that's ever been played before because it seems like I've seen it before. Like if I heard the song that plays to it, then I'd be able to say yeah or no. Like initially, and we're talking about Tammy. Initially, I remember Tammy had her own channel, YouTube channel, and she had some clogging videos on there. And then whoop, one day it just, you know, went away. And uh, I'm sure it was somebody in her family, possibly maybe her daughter, maybe. And, it wouldn't really go with the rest of the story that they're pushing. So terrible, right? It's like, how many dang people do we have to deal with at one time, you know? Hey, Mormon True Crime Girl, I just saw your oh my god. Y'all have got to go see this last one that Mormon True Crime did. Oh my god, it was thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. Um, if I don't know if any of the hold on, I can maybe try and go get it. True. Mormon True Crime. The link to share with everybody. Let's see what comes up. Videos. Excellent, excellent, excellent video. And y'all went all into depth with it and everything like it needs. And I mean, I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And we need to just share it out. I just want to be I just want to be on par. I just want to give people accurate information. And oh my gosh. Okay. Let me put YouTube channel. Let's try that. I bet that's kind of tough for you because there's quite a bit of Mormon true crime that I'm seeing. Let me try this. Now it's like a quest because let's see. Maybe if I look in YouTube, huh? I guess that's what I'll have to do. Let's see. Okay.
Crasher.
Yeah.
I put it in the chat already.
Well,
I put
girl,
the
you are quick. Well, now, like I said, now it's just a damn mission. It's like I'm gonna get it and see. I found it. It's in YouTube. I was just googling it, and don't do that. That's not very nice. Anyways, thank you. Always But I really would urge everyone, whether you're on the replay or live, go check out this channel. I found Mormon True Crime whenever I was in Boise. And it's crazy because I want to say that you and Ron were talking about how polygamists have like their houses in a mountain. I swear to you right now that whenever I was watching your channel in Boise, we were going from Rexburg or Idaho Falls to Boise. And we took the scenic route because Larry wanted to take the scenic route. And I sat in the back seat and watched a lot of your videos, and I swear I saw some damn polygamous houses in the mountains, made out from the mountains or whatever, like tucked in the mountain. And they're literally hiding in the cavity of a rock. So I was like, oh my God, it's weird that she says that. Because yeah, yeah. Yeah. So I totally get that. I was there. But hey, Bewitched, how are you? You're here for it too? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I suggest y'all go and subscribe. Um, Definitely. And all right, so uh today would have been JJ's 12th birthday. Um, it's been a really kind of tough weekend just knowing that that was coming, and I was like, "Oh, okay. How do I do this? How," it's just every year it's just uncomfortable as it is the year before and the year before, and I'm sure it'll be that way the year after. And when these mm, milestones or anniversaries come up, or their birthdays, or whatever it is, I don't think it gets easier. I just think that you just take it um you just take it and feel whatever you have to feel, say what you have to say, do what you got to do. Grieve. Nobody can tell you how to grieve, right? So thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for that. You're a newbie. Well, welcome. um, we you're welcome here anytime. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Well, again, I'm not really organized. I'm not an organized person. If you're looking for that, that's not, you're not in the right place. But I mean, the way my mind works, it just, with names, with patterns, if I've heard it over here and I hear it over here, then I'm like, okay, you know, and I try to make connections that way. But I don't even really realize what I did the last time we did a Melani Boudreaux Pawlowski video. Besides, I don't know. There's no, I'm like, what the hell did I do? Why did it get so many views? Okay. You know, I appreciate it, but I don't have a rhyme or reason. So I'm just saying I ain't promising nothing. Okay. Anyways, I mean, for those of you that are who are new, my name is Cresha Easton. Um, my Let's see, how do I do this? My mom is Kay Vallow Woodcock. Okay. Larry is my stepdad, but he's my dad. He's my dad. Okay. But I just don't want to mislead anybody, I guess you could say. And um, mm, my mom's brother was Charles Vallow. All right. So he was my uncle. Then my brother, my brother, had a son 12 years ago today. And his name was Kanan Todd Trahan. But then when he was adopted by my Uncle Charles, or our Uncle Charles, and our Aunt Lori at the time, don't tell nobody, um, he became Joshua Jackson Vallow. So I know. I know it's a little, but no funny business for sure. Our tree does branch out. Okay. Just know that. Um, Anywho, so I mean, JJ was born 12 years ago today. He was so tiny. He was so little, and I was so nervous that day. I was at the hospital. while his mom, his birth mom, Mandy, was giving birth. And I mean, she was 10 weeks early. And I was like, oh my God, I had never been an aunt before. So I mean, I was stoked about it. But then you also worry because of the situation. And while we have no control over that, I'm very grateful that, you know, he fought to come into this world. I can tell you that. And from the looks of it, he fought going out. And I mean, that's, oh man, I can totally see that. And anyways, but he had so many wires coming out of his little body, and he was in NICU forever. And I mean, it was just, he was so tiny. And I was like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I had these thoughts. I was like, He's not gonna make it," "He's not gonna make it." Like I said, he's a fighter. So and I believe that about, Tylee too, Those anyways. It gets too sometimes a little too I don't wanna get into my feels because then it won't be about Melanie. It'll be about feels, okay? He is a fighter. Still fighting, right? Yeah. Thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, Mandy was JJ's biological mom, and I I love Mandy too. I love Todd, my brother, and Mandy. They just and I'm sure a lot of you can, either you've been through this kind of relationship yourself and or you know somebody, but they were toxic for one another. They had their problems, they had their issues. They were good people. They are good. Well, Mandy passed away in 2022. But, they were good people, they just, weren't good for each other. So, either way, JJ blossomed from that, so, I mean, oh my god, To Lori, I'm sure, I wonder, because, I mean, the whole Jackson, I was like, and it's with an X, J-A I don't know if it's an S, hold on, now I'm Jaxon. Mhm, but it it was Canaan. Which is crazy, and when you look at all the spiritual, religious overtones, we'll say overtones, um, his name being Canaan, Canaaan. Well, I'm like, "Well, Canaanite," you know what I mean? Anyways, so you can go all the way down the rabbit hole and still never land on your butt. Yes. Mhm. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad to see you, ERP Thompson Queen. Houston, Texas. All right. H-Town. uh, Eastbound and hammered down or something like that. We used to say that. No, Todd's still here. Mandy. Mandy is not. Mandy died in 2022. I, I think I've told y'all this before. I had never read the infamous Reddit email or whatever, zombie email, whatever Melanie Gibb wrote and somebody published it over there in Reddit. Well, I never read it out loud, and you know how I've told you many times that, like, as soon as it's like when I verbalize it, when I talk about it, I process at the same time. So I had just learned that Mandy had, well, I didn't even know yet, but in the middle of me trying to record myself, read that stupid ass zombie, whatever the hell, infamous Reddit email, you know, he put a portal in Lori's closet or whatever. I mean, I don't know how I didn't wake my boys up because I was like dying, laughing. I was just like, this is ridiculous. Don't be embarrassed. You're good. No, he's still here. Thank you, Pam. Hey, language. How are you? Hey, Miss Mojo. Yeah, it is. It is. I know. Uh, the land of milk and honey, right? Hey, language. How are you? Uh, yeah, you can love one another. Something painful, right? So I was reading that infamous Reddit email, and then Jason came in and he told me that Mandy had died, and I was just like, I just started at the very end, I start crying, and I mean, I'm just like, "Oh, well, this is difficult research, and here we go. It's a day in the life," right? Yeah, so it was Kanan Todd Trahan, that's what my brother and Mandy named him, and then when Lori and Charles adopted him, they changed his name. So, whatever. Another thing that's interesting, y'all, and I'm telling you, this gives me chills bad. Um, Whenever mom had testified last year in Lori's trial, remember how she was like, I wanna say she was first on the stand. Well, there was a point, there's always this thing, this undertone where people are like, Kay and Larry were pushing for Charles and Lori to adopt JJ, and I'm like, "No, that's not how I remember it." It was more, and so this is what I brought up to my mom. They had went on a break, right? So she was testifying. Rob Wood was, whatever, uh, direct. I don't know what to call it, asking her questions. And then they went on a break, and I was like, "Mom, just tell them about." So JJ, Mandy, his biological mother, she actually had another child after JJ, okay? So, it the little girl wasn't my brother's, but it was, it was still JJ's half sister. Well, Lori and Charles wanted to, and actually, I don't know how far they got, but I was thank God it did not go through because I think there would have been 3 grave sites. That's all I'm saying. The little girl, the little JJ's little half sister, if Lori and Charles would have successfully adopted her, she wouldn't be living now, I don't believe. Um, but Lori had told me that she wanted to name her Tabitha for what it's worth. Okay. I was just like, So I told mom, I was like, testify to that, I mean, it just shows that it wasn't just mom and my parents pushing JJ off onto Charles and Lori and saying, "Here, please, I can't take care of." That wasn't it at all. They were their grandparents, and they literally, my parents worked their asses off. We hardly ever got to see them. They owned a transportation company, and I mean, they they ran it, and it serviced the oil field, and the oil field never sleeps. So right here on the coast where we're at, I mean, holy crap. So I mean, they just wanted, him to, whenever they were approached or whatever, however it went, I don't even care. It's not like, no, you know what I mean? It seems so petty, actually, because it's like, this is a child, not like merchandise, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, "No, here, this one is a drug baby. No, thank you." You know what I'm saying? That's nasty. That's trashy. But I remembered that aspect about it, I mean, and I was like, "Mom, let them know that she was wanting to adopt the other baby," and she was like, "Oh, yeah." And then never needed she, I guess, never got to testify to it, so yeah, she's in a good home, she's with a good family and has been, right? But can you imagine? 3, I would say, 3 grave sites because, I mean, I don't know how much younger she is, but, I mean, that's 2 of Mandy's babies, you know? Whew. Anyways, for what it's worth. Anywho, alright, let me go and grab some stuff. I've been digging in the Gilbert, Arizona, or Gilbert PD documents, and just, I don't know, me. I just throw stuff in there. Let's see. I need to start titling these things. This I was just kinda throwing some things around, but we can go ahead and do this, or we can do this at the end. I don't know. Or we could just go ahead and get it over with. I know, I don't mean that in a bad way. I just, you know, it's like, "Okay, we'll do it. We're gonna do it." I made this a while back. Mm-mm. Uh-oh. Huh. Well, I might have to relaunch to update here. Let's see what's going on. I don't even have a lot of tabs open.
Another fish. Little baby bat. Well, let's see. Look at that. Hey, JJ, hold your fish. Here, hold up here. There. Okay. There you go. Hold him up. There you go. Proud fisherman. Yeah. Turn him sideways.
It's your second fish, JJ.
Right.
I think that book
That was his third fish.
The third fish, sorry.
Woohoo! All right, another fish. Little baby bat. Well, let's see. Look at that. Hey, JJ, hold your fish. Here, hold up here. There. Okay. There you go. Hold him up. There you go. Proud fisherman. Yeah. Turn him sideways.
It's your second fish, JJ.
Right.
I think that book
That was his third fish.
The third fish, sorry.
Woohoo! All right.
And I was muted. Oh my God. I made it. Whew. That's tough. Whenever the fish, y'all, reminds me of my brother so bad. So much. Todd used to want to be a a game warden. And just the way he was looking at the fish and just like self-aware, you know. I also have a video of him that my daughter got, or it's hers. And thank you, Pam. Thank you so much. Um, anyways, so they had pulled like into a Sonic or something, and JJ was in the front seat. And so whenever my dad pulls in to a lot of places, he'll fold his mirrors in, right? And so JJ was in the front seat, and he was like looking in the mirror, and he was like making faces at himself, and it's just cute because you can see him coming into his own. Like, he's self-aware. He's looking at himself like, oh, okay, I remember doing that, when I was growing up. So, a lot of people have dumbed him down. It's really offensive because he was so smart. He was so smart. He was a savant, he repeated things though. And I see a lot of myself in him. And I didn't really realize that until they were missing, and I realized I had a YouTube channel. We all do if we have a Gmail, right? And I wanted to humanize them. I was like, "What?" You got Melanie Gibb, you got Lori, drug baby, and then when people saw the video of JJ coming out of his classroom with Uncle Charles, I think Lori was there, couldn't really tell. But they had surprised him in Arizona, and he's like, "Hey, mama, hey, papa," and just still, I guess the way his feet came out, like when he came out the door, people were like, "Oh, he can walk," and I'm like, "What is wrong with you?" You know? Like, it doesn't mean that you're when you have a, I don't even wanna call it a disability, but you know what I mean, um, a condition or whatever, an ability. I learned a lot of things by editing, and I'm like, "Oh my god." I just the same mannerisms that I never could identify throughout my life, and I'm like, "Oh, okay. I get that. I see where, my nephew," Anyways, so yeah. Yeah, ran past Charles, yeah. And y'all did, yeah, I saw somebody say, um, I think it was Trace, how Larry relaxed him, and that was just it, he would climb in the bed, even with my parents. My parents aren't Mormon at all, but JJ would climb in the bed with his little notepad, or with a little sticky notepad and a writing utensil, and he'd wanna do prayers, and I wonder how that went. Yeah, so yeah, I know. I saw this. I know, huh? They are. They really are. I've been told this before, and a lot of times I see, like, I'll see my brother and my children, or vice versa, or I'll see my uncles and my brother, and I'm like, "This is crazy." It's crazy, but neat also. So anyways, y'all, thank y'all for watching that with me, and I'm probably need to send that to Nate Eaton, and see if he'll play it for me. Okay, I gotta get to the right thing. And so that means me not I need to stop talking. Okay, here we go. All right, so yeah, so I just kind of put this right there. But let me scooch up. Because oh my gosh, I'm not trying to make y'all dizzy or nothing. I'm so sorry. These were just, yeah, okay, so this is nothing really. This is just me trying out different thumbnails. And I was just grabbing some random things, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not organized, so we're just gonna do it my way because that's how it works. It comes together. I get going. I get momentum. Let's see. Okay, so this is the one from last week, and this is part 1. Ah, oh my gosh. It's supposed to be easier than this, right? So I'll put this one in the chat, and so everybody who hasn't seen part 1 can go and watch that one too. Maybe when we're done with this one. Or however you want to do it. I'm not your boss. Okay. Let's see. So, and then I'll give you guys I saw somebody wanting the link to the FOIA docs, and I will get that as soon as I get down to the video. So, okay, so this one, okay, this was Brandon Boudreaux interviewed immediately following the attempt on his life. So I'm not really sure where to start. Okay, well, let's take those out. This was Melani Boudreaux Pawlowski's nanny talking on TikTok. This is them being served, right? This one was very satisfying. Not as satisfying as Melanie Dam Pawlowski with the policeman or the law enforcement from whenever she and Alex went to trespass on Brandon Boudreaux's parents' property, and she was like wanting to get her kids. And we know from the text that was probably those policemen and Brandon's parents stopped that. They saved lives. Okay, so that's where I'm at on that. If anybody wanted to know, that's just a little clip. Let's see. Okay, so this one, it's literally audio interviews and Melanie's interview. 332 crime scene photos. The audios are actually them dialing, and it goes for like 30 seconds. Yeah, there's a couple of them where just like it must be like Brandon and or the police trying to call Melanie, but it just goes to voicemail. So this is the Yules, which is pretty freaky. I think that one's up here. Nope. Let's see. I didn't even title that one. Melanie Pawlowski. Oh, this is the one. This one's pretty interesting. I just don't know where we need to start. Let's see. Pretty sure. Okay, I didn't save it in there, so I did it on my other computer. I'm just gonna do this, and maybe it'll show up here. Usually, whenever I bounce them back and forth, they'll transfer from one computer to the next. It'll save my work. All right. Well, in the meantime, let me just go ahead and play one. That way we can get going.
It's gone. I got to Fisher.
Ooh. Okay, so this is Brandon. Brandon Boudreaux interviewed immediately following the attempt on his life. Seized Tylee Ryan's Jeep. Okay. This was from April. Well, I mean, I did it April 24th, 2023. Brandon Boudreaux interviewed immediately following the attempt on his life, seized Tylee Ryan's Jeep. This is a re-uploaded video and has parts trimmed out because of copyright. That's right. I sure did, because I had put without, you know how I think it was Dateline, and they did a real good reenactment of like a Jeep being in front of, kind of like Brandon's home. And just, I don't know, the way I had edited it in there, and they still copyrighted it with just this audio of Brandon and the police talking, so I mean, they got me for just the visuals, and that sucks because it's my damn family, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what the hell? Not only that, but there's a copyright violation with Dateline NBC for domestic. Apparently it has ties to the entire Dateline episode that was completely scrubbed from the internet. I'm thinking it could have potential evidence. Makes one wonder, right? So yeah, not only did they take, and I'm sure that's why they scrubbed it. And don't forget to like the video, okay? I just did. But so not only did they scrub, or I guess private their own Dateline episode about, where Melanie Pawlowski and Ian Pawlowski made their debut. Well, it's interesting that they took it down. So that might be why it got scrubbed. So I don't know if y'all want to go faster or this. Let's see. Let me do that real quick too. I shouldn't have done that. Oh my gosh, come on. All it did was kick it up into 1080. Okay. All right. This is October 2nd, 2019. It'll show evidence footage.
Hey, Brandon. Typically, I would have us go back to the station and talk, but it's kind of out of the way. I don't want to inconvenience us more than already, so mind just chatting with me? I have a car over here.
Let me do the.
Want to bring your food with you or anything? Or drink? All right. Oh.
Squirrel with turkey.
Of course, I'm the blue one up here, just in the passenger seat to give a little privacy and AC.
Way down the street.
Fortunately, because we're not moving, it probably won't get too cold. Just so you know, I'm also audio recording, so.
Same here. Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right, Brandon, B-R-A-N-D-O-N?
Yeah.
What's your last name, Brandon?
Boudreaux. B-O-U-D-R-E-A-U-X.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what? That was abrupt. Personal, private information. It's just so sad because it's like Brandon, it's like sinking in. Actually, when he's talking to the lady cop, and he's just like, I just need to sit here by myself, and she just kept on with him, and he told her a couple times, and then finally she got it. It was sinking in, and I mean, oh my gosh, how long is this? I'm not even gonna mess with it because if I do, and then it'll like trip up on time, it'll skip or something. So, Lori, amen. Good old Summer getting paid the big bucks to be at CrimeCon today. Grr. Same here,
Mother in
girl.
common with all
Same
four
here.
kids?
Mother in common, all four kids.
And is she wife, ex-wife?
About to be ex, might be still wife. I'm not sure. We're right on the border.
Okay, but in process of divorce?
Yeah, it should be finalized, but I haven't gotten anything saying that your divorce is finalized. M-E-L-A-N-I.
I wish the post caption was a little more
Her
accurate.
last name's currently the same. Do you know what her?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what makes them. I mean, I've fallen for my fair share of crazies, but
And anybody else
I hope not.
in your immediate family?
Just one.
As far as this family
that I
goes?
know of.
Okay. Any other exes? Marriage? One marriage? Okay. How long were you guys married?
10 years, almost 11. 31st would have been 11 years.
And are all the kids, where are they at right now?
Older two are at school.
Okay.
Like said,
Blake's at, yeah. So he's saying he brought his children that morning. He had just gotten his new little rental place, and
Melanie doesn't know about any of this yet? Okay.
well,
And you're working right now? What do you do for work?
I own an insurance business with those two gentlemen just outside Denver.
What kind of insurance?
Just
How long have you been doing that?
6-7 months. Before that, I do have another company that I used to do. So I used to do door-to-door sales for DirecTV. Built a large company for the last 10 years. So,
Okay, so door-to-door, but is it with DirecTV or is it a...
we were a dealer there. We were a large dealer. It's called Clear Home. That's what that's called.
they're home.
And how long did you do that?
I did that for 11 years. 10 or 11.
Does Melanie work right now?
You don't know.
Where's she living at?
How on the button. Okay. I'm going to try and take some notes. He worked for DirecTV at first, or Clear Cut, or Clear. Wait, what was it? I don't remember it now. I have the worst short-term memory, so I suck like yeah.
She's not working. Is she living there with family, friends?
Just herself and my kids. But she has some children.
Okay. And then the Tesla is your vehicle. Do you have any other vehicles? Besides you and the kids, does anybody else live here or stay here?
No. I just moved in a week ago.
Oh, really?
Not even a week ago. In fact, very few people know my address.
Where'd you move from?
Living over on 25 by the temple.
By the temple? All right.
Yeah.
All right, Brandon, so golden question, what happened today?
I don't know, man. But I think it scares me. So,
Keep going.
I just, my whole divorce has been kind of crazy, like crazy. My ex thinks that I'm gay and having sex with men for 10 years with no evidence there's not. And she's convinced because this aunt convinced her that I was gay. And so she said she prayed about it, got an answer from God, and there's nothing I can do to change that. So she wanted a divorce. So I went through mediation. I worked really hard to make it a fair thing, just to move on and let it go, because I could see she had no interest in it anymore and not let anything affect my kids. And I don't know, maybe I'm just reading way too into this, but right after we started the mediation, she has an aunt named Vallow, who's the one who she's convinced her that I'm gay. That aunt is going through a divorce as well with her estranged husband, whose name is Charles Vallow. They had been living in Houston. She had moved back to Chandler. He came to pick up their kid. My wife thinks I'm in league with him. I don't know why. I have nothing to do with the guy. I gave him a blessing once. I'm a bliss. That was the most I did. But was he?
And that was in Chandler? And you shot and killed him?
Yeah, 2 shots. I think they have all the information. I actually don't know that much about it. I just read an article. That's all I know. The day she told me she wanted a divorce, she wanted to move out, I think perhaps she wouldn't talk to me. My ex doesn't talk to me at all unless it's about my kids or the money that I'm paying her for the divorce. So I have no communication with any of them. I just know that they hate me. I know they don't want anything to do with me, which I was okay with. They don't want anything to do with them. It's fine. I don't have any feelings towards them.
And this is all because of the gay and the divorce?
And the aunt.
They're into something different, some religious thing. Charles had all this stuff that he believed that she believed, and that's a big part of it. They disowned Melanie's cousin was living with us.
Zach.
Before all this happened, they think he's gay too, and they disowned him and his dad.
Oh my God.
He moved back to Wichita, Kansas. So all that's kind of a mess. The only reason I'm bringing it up is the only person that I can think of that really hates me was that. There's no one else in my life who hates me.
So crazy.
No one else even knew my dress except for my ex. And, 1 or 2 other people, my business partner didn't know for some reason. So that's my concern. I guess I can walk you through what happened now. That's just what my mind is thinking.
So you believe it? This has something to do potentially with Melanie and Lori?
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes any sense. They had the chief that was parked there had a Texas license plate. They hate me. They think I'm evil. Lori was living in Texas previously with Houston with her ex for a little bit. They had cars there, so a good connection. There's no one else in my life who has any hard feelings towards me at all. I do have a life insurance policy that goes to Melanie as part of our divorce.
Mm-hmm. We're going to go over that.
How much is that for?
It's like $250,000. I gave her more than that in cash.
Yeah, you did.
Is there custodial issues?
I think we're doing good. She doesn't communicate with me very well, but my kids love me. I'm happy. I'm really happy in my home. My kids are good. I've been trying really hard to keep it. Sorry, I'm just gonna get hit by it now.
It's okay, man.
God
I'm trying
dang.
really hard to just make sure my kids don't get affected by all this weird stuff. They're just good kids. So, I don't think there's any issues. I think she's fine. She gets him half the time, and I've got him half the time. And drop him off at a park, and that's what she wants. I've kind of just been, I'm a pretty easygoing person, so I've been trying to just do whatever makes her comfortable within reason. Trying to create some boundaries on money because we see things a little differently there. But I've been really easy about it. I've been hard.
So today, tell me more about that.
So today, I get up, get my kids ready for school, do my routine, get them fed, get them dressed, make sure everybody's good. Get them in the car. We leave at about, I want to say, 7:25. Takes me probably about 8 minutes to get over to the ALA where I drop off my two oldest, drop them off. I drive down to where my ex lives and drop off my daughter. She gets out and walks over to my ex. I get back in the car and I drive over to Blake's school and I drop them off. And then I go to the gym. That's where I was going to go to work out at US over here with Mark. He was with me. I worked out until I drove home. So I worked out and I drove home, and I'd have to look and see what time I called 911 because I don't know what time it was exactly.
Poor thing, he's rambling,
So I probably left the gym at like 9:05.
What time was that?
9:14.
Okay. Called 911.
Yeah. I'm driving in my neighborhood, everything's normal, and then as I'm pulling in, I don't know why, I just see that Jeep, see a Texas plate, and the white van's always parked there so far since I've been here, so I'm just used to it, so I saw that, noticed, I was like, oh, it's weird, so I'm kind of slowing down. My Tesla automatically opens the garage, so I just slow down and let it open, wait for kind of a second and turn in, so I just kind of slow down and wait, and I see the back window just lift up, there's like a muzzle, and I see like a silencer on it, and I just hear a boom, and my window shatters. And the adrenaline just kicked in, and I just hit the gas. I just pushed it. I just started driving straight because I hadn't really started my turn yet. Obviously, I didn't get quite close enough to the garage didn't even open it. And so I drove, and then immediately my mind thought, crap, I don't know the license plate number. I need to call 911. That was like the first thing I thought. So I got my phone out of my pocket. I dialed 911. I pulled around just this corner over here, parked right by kind of where the pool is because I figured I could see if they came up on me, and I would just drive away because I'm still.
Okay. Now I'm going to hurry up and jump over here. This is what I do, right? So we're going to just jump to this 911 call, hopefully.
Only on Fox, new details connected to the family of Lori Vallow. She's the mother of two missing kids who used to live here in Arizona.
We're hearing the 911 call reporting her niece for trespassing, and it gets intense. This happened in Utah back in November. Fox 10's Justin Lum joins us live to help connect the dots.
Well, we'll go ahead and watch it.
Mark, Christina, Melani Boudreaux actually moved to Idaho from Arizona without her kids shortly after her aunt Lori did. Relatives say they both joined a religious cult led by Chad Daybell. Now she's involved in a custody battle with her ex-husband. Just 3 months ago, police say Melani tried to take her children from their grandparents, not once, but twice.
Get out of my house!
Okay.
Get away from my door! Now!
Sir?
No! The police are on their way! Get away from my door! Now!
You're hearing the 911 call made by Carlson Boudreaux on November 14th in American Fork City, Utah. He's yelling at 30-year-old Melani Boudreaux, who police say trespassed onto her former in-law's property, despite being told several times to leave.
Yes, my son's estranged wife, who has made threats, and I don't want her here.
Brandon Boudreaux used to be Melani's husband. They lived in Arizona and had 4 children. But after a divorce last summer, Brandon says Melani decided to move to Idaho, following the lead of her aunt Lori, whose kids JJ and Tylee haven't been seen since September.
She's in my garage. I'm not opening the door if she's at least in my house. If I open the door, there's going to be a problem. If you understand what I'm telling you.
The police report says Melani continued to bang on the door and yell, claiming she had a court order to take her children. Police say she trespassed onto the same property just 2 days prior. Brandon's father also gives the dispatcher disturbing details.
Somebody tried to kill my son 3 weeks ago.
Okay. Oh, that's terrible.
I believe that she's involved in it.
On October 2nd, Gilbert police say Brandon was shot at while he pulled into his driveway. A bullet hit the driver's side window of his Tesla. The investigation is still open.
Get out of my garage now!
Yeah.
Get out of my garage! Get off my property now!
American Fork police say Melani's uncle, Alex Cox, drove her to where her children were in a 2020 Kia Telluride. After her arrest, she was booked into Utah County Jail on a criminal trespass charge enhanced by domestic violence. The day after the arrest, Alex Cox bailed Melanie out. Less than a month later, Cox is found dead in Gilbert. You can find our interactive timeline on anything related to the search for JJ and Tylee on Fox 10.
Okay, I found it, allegedly. Okay, so let's try this one. All right.
Our Shira Matsuzawa listened to those recordings. She brings them to us now. Shira.
Hopefully.
Mark, we put a records request in for those 911 calls last week. We shared the transcript from it, but we're only now obtaining the audio for it today.
I hope this
And as
is
you know,
it.
this is a case that has gripped the nation with ties here in Idaho, Arizona, Utah, Hawaii, and beyond. And
Yeah.
it's a very convoluted case, and it continues to
Yeah.
get even more so.
911, where's your emergency?
Someone just shot my window.
911 calls now giving a glimpse into the night someone shot at Brandon Boudreaux's Tesla in Gilbert, Arizona on October 2nd, shattering the driver's side window.
Did you see the guy that
I didn't see who it was.
Brandon is the ex-husband of Lori Vallow's niece, Melanie. In the call, you hear Brandon say he has no idea who shot at him. But later, he told a private investigator that he believed the shooter was Alex Cox, Lori's brother, the same person who police say killed Charles Vallow, Lori's ex-husband, allegedly in self-defense.
And needless to say, he was scared to death.
Brandon hired a private investigator after he was the target of that drive-by shooting. Gilbert police are still investigating that shooting, but our Misty Inglet spoke with the private investigator involved last week.
The person he recognized, the person he suspected was the person who did the shooting, was the same person who killed Charles Vallow, Alex Cox.
911, where's your emergency?
Hi, I need an ambulance.
2 months later, also in Gilbert, a man who identified himself as the son of Alex's girlfriend called 911.
I have a older male here named Alex. He just passed out here on my bathroom.
Alex died on December 12th, his death still being investigated.
Yo, Alex. Alex. He's not breathing.
And all this comes as there's still no sign of JJ or Tylee, and Lori and Chad Daybell are in Hawaii. Today, we're also getting a look at a timeline of the school where JJ attended in Arizona and their interactions with the children and Lori, as well as Charles. Our Misty Inglet will break it down for you tonight on the news at 10. Mark?
All right, Shira, thanks. Now, on our website, ktvb.com, we have a section dedicated to the search for those children.
Okay. We're going to come back to this. I need to shut this down. All right. Okay. So we're going to go back to where Brandon is in the police car talking to
I need to call him. That was like the first thing I thought, so I got my phone out of my pocket. I dialed 911. I pulled around just this corner over here, parked right where I come where the pool is, because I figured I could see if they came up on me and I would just drive away because I'm still really nervous. I wanted to chase it, but I also thought, no, they just tried to shoot me, I think. But part of me, kind of like the logical part, came in and said, maybe this is just kids shooting it, because my window broke, but like didn't shatter in. It just kind of shattered, and I can see where the bullet hit now. But at the time, I was thinking, oh, maybe it was like a paintball gun or something, but it was so loud, so I was like, I don't know. I was not sure. But I got on the phone, I told the dispatcher, someone just shot at me, and I think you can hear all that, so you can kind of get from there all the things that happened. And I don't think I really realized that something bigger might have happened. I was just thinking maybe it was kids being kids, like, because the window broke, but no bullet came in. So, like, I don't think they actually, maybe they didn't really shoot a bullet. Maybe I just didn't drop one. I think they did. But then when we got out and I saw there's both there, I realized, like, someone was trying to kill me. That's got to be what it is, because they were shooting in my head. It was really close to my head. I caught that piece. And I don't know, so the rest that's probably could be nothing because what's coming to my mind. That's what happened. Officer came just to the city.
Okay, so you said by the pool area. Where's the pool area?
I'll show you. Right here, there's a pool.
That's Greenbelt area?
Yeah, so I came up just a little past Wait, and I just parked right there because I knew there's only two exits. It's this one and the one down there. And I figured if they came by me, I could drive out the way.
Did the Jeep come by you at all?
Came up and it went around and made a right on Wait, and I watched it drive down Wait and then go down Fisher Lane, and then I don't know which way it went from there because I saw it start going down Fisher Lane.
So it came up here, back around, Phelps Way.
Yeah, and I went ahead and drove down Waite, and I could see that it was gone when I got to Fisher. And so I pulled into my driveway because I figured the police were going to come. So
you're coming home from the gym. Did you come in?
I came in this way. So I came in through here.
Okay.
I went this way, came up, and as I came around that corner, that's when I noticed the Jeep.
So you came in off of Pecos,
Left on
Brighton, Francis, north on Cole, Fairview,
up to Fisher, and then I make a left on Phillips.
Okay. And then so you're slowing down.
And their cars parked directly into you'll see the vans parked this way. They faced into the van.
Okay, so they faced west, and they were right in front of your house. Then
so this is literally like right where they have the perfect vantage point of me turning into the driveway.
Okay,
which makes more sense now. But at the time.
So then you drive in here, and then about where were you at on Phelps when the shots, or when that window opened up?
Just about to turn into my driveway. Yeah.
Okay.
And so I think they did a pretty good job with the cones of about where it was.
Okay.
And I mean, this is kind of off a recollection because there's a lot of adrenaline there. I'm not 100% sure of the exact spacing, but I remember pulling up. I remember those thoughts. I remember the window coming up. I remember seeing the muzzle, thinking, "Oh, that's not good." And immediately it was just like, boom, I heard the noise. The window shattered. And then I think my adrenaline just kicked in because I just drove.
Did you see anybody in the vehicle?
Which I did.
When you say the window came up, did you see a flash or anything, or you just saw the
muzzle?
The muzzle?
I saw the muzzle. I know I saw the muzzle. 100% sure. And that's why I was thinking, but it had to have been a silencer because it was like rounded.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, this has to be either like, that's why I was thinking maybe a well gun or something because it's so much more rounded.
Mm-hmm.
It's like maybe that or a pellet gun or something. But now that I see it, now that was probably like a gun. Someone was trying to shoot me.
Okay, so then you came around on Phelps, then you parked up here by the pool, and then you saw the same Jeep drive this way on Phelps, east on Phelps, and north on Cole, and then
So I was probably jaggled because I was frazzled a little bit, but I told him, I said, oh, it looks like they're going out of the neighborhood south towards Pecos and Record, so I kind of let them know what streets they would be going towards since I knew the neighborhood.
Okay, so then I went out this way, and then you don't know where it went from Waite. You just know it came back down on Fisher.
They had to have gone out from Fairview down.
Have you ever seen that vehicle before?
That's my recollection.
Tell me more about the Jeep.
It's like an olive. I was saying to that puke or olive green. It's like a kind of and it had a Texas plate. It was the 2-door Wrangler. It looked like it probably was a little newer.
You said it had a Texas plate? Yeah. Any stickers or anything on the vehicle?
I wish I could.
Did you see any of the occupants?
All right.
I think there was probably 2 people based off the speed of how quickly they shot and got out there.
Was anything said?
No words.
Okay.
Y'all want to go look at the storage unit real quick?
Other disagreements or any other issues with anyone that you can think of?
Right. Because I mean, that's what happened. They, you know, what's going on over in Idaho is the rest of the conspiracy, right? So I just pulled that up. Let me find the window. Here it is. Oh, turn it back on.
Look at surveillance footage from Self Storage Plus in Rexburg. This is the facility where Lori Vallow went on October 1st to rent a storage unit. And inside, she placed some very personal belongings, such as children's bikes, scooters, also some photo albums and blankets with pictures of her children, JJ and Tylee. Lori and sometimes 2 men visited the facility 9 times in October and 1 time in November. The big question is what happened on October 2nd. We know that Lori rented the unit by herself the day before on the 1st, but on October 2nd, she came in her blue Nissan Rogue with a man we originally thought was Alex Cox, her brother. But a closer look of enhanced high-quality video shows it likely was not Alex. In fact, it appears to be Chad Daybell, based on the way he walks, looks, and comparing his mannerisms to other video we have of him. Let me walk you through this. The blue Rogue arrives at 2:25. You can see the timestamp says 1:25, but that's because the clocks were off, according to the facility. Lori is driving the Rogue and makes her way to the door of the building where her unit is. She gets out 2 minutes later at 2:27 with the man we believe is Chad. At 2:29, he pulls a tire out of the back of the Rogue and rolls it into the storage unit. Then 1 minute later, he and Lori both carry in together what appears to be a removable car seat. They put it in the locker, shut the door, and leave the facility at 2:32. Their entire visit is just 7 minutes. So why does this matter? Well, that same day, Brandon Boudreaux says that he was shot at in Gilbert, Arizona around 9:30 that morning while coming home from the gym. Brandon had been married to Melanie, Lori's niece, and he had a very large life insurance policy and assets totaling over $1 million. Months earlier, Melanie began spending a lot of time with Lori and her religious group. Then Melanie suddenly demanded a divorce from Brandon. The bullet missed his head by inches, and police say the person who shot at him was driving a Jeep registered to Charles Vallow. Charles had been dead for nearly 3 months at this point, and Tylee Ryan regularly drove that Jeep, but she had been missing for more than a month at this point. Now, if you're familiar with Jeeps, you know that many models have spare tires on the back, and if they are in place, the back window does not open. But if they are removed, that window does open. So it's possible that the Jeep used in that shooting had the tire removed, and that tire could have been placed into the storage unit along with the back seat of the Jeep. We would ask Alex Cox if that was the case, but we can't because he's dead, and police are not commenting. But if Cox was not in Rexburg, it's possible he was in Arizona, inside Charles Vallow's Jeep. The next day, back in Rexburg, Lori returns to the storage facility with another man who we believe is Alex. They were there for 3 minutes. You can see them entering, working their way to the same door she was at the day before, and going into the building. Compared to the guy from the day before, this man walks differently and carries the tire out rather than rolling it. The man we think is Cox also carries out the car seat by himself without any help from Lori. Originally, we thought this was a tote with something hanging over the end, but this higher quality video shows that it appears it's actually a vehicle seat, and Lori and Alex are likely taking it away. 3 days later, on October 6th, Alex returns to the storage unit by himself in his silver pickup and comes 5 other times that month, including a visit on October 28th with a man who appears to be Chad Daybell. They stay 6 minutes and wheel in bikes and other items. The last time anyone visits the storage locker is November 24th. Lori and Chad stay for 4 minutes and drop off this Home Depot box and a tote, leaving belongings of JJ and Tylee never to return. Police have now seized all of the items that were inside of that storage unit, along with the Jeep that was used in the shooting of Brandon. I'm Nate Eaton for EastIdahoNews.com.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't make it in time to stop the bang. That thing used to, I mean, it still will freak me out sometimes. I'm like, do not do that kind of intro or outro with someone with PTSD because it sucks. So this is Brandon Boudreaux calls 911. This is the transcription of the 911 call on October 2nd, 2019. Brandon Boudreaux is the ex-husband of Lori Vallow's niece, Melanie. A lot of this is redacted, but Boudreaux describes the shooting to the dispatcher. I just sounded really Cajun. He pulled into the driveway of his new home around 9 a.m. when a bullet hit the driver's side window of his Tesla. It is not clear yet why nearly all of page 3 is redacted. These documents do not reveal a suspect vehicle description. This investigation is still open with Gilbert police. Less than 2 weeks later, Boudreaux says he got a text from Melanie saying she planned to move to Boise, Idaho. Oh, we have that one too. And their children could stay with him in Arizona or go with her. He told us back in December that his ex-wife is heavily influenced by Lori and Chad Daybell's beliefs. So let me go see what this is. He says backstory, so I want to know. Trust me, I got this all saved in my phone somewhere. It's just like, what? Okay, so we'll play this one. This one's from January 4, 2020. And this is when many of you who started following the case early, this is before Nadine, huh? I want to say, because they hadn't found her or them in Hawaii yet. January 4th, January 25th. Yeah. All right. Ads. I hate ads. Okay.
Continuing coverage tonight, a relative of 2 missing kids with ties to Arizona says he fears for his life. He claims the mother of Tylee Ryan and Joshua Vallow heavily influenced his ex-wife through some sort of religious group.
Right, so much so that she left Arizona for Idaho back in the summer, just like Lori Vallow, after an attempt on this man's life failed. Fox 10's Justin Lum has uncovered some court documents and joins us with a little more on this tonight.
Brandon Boudreaux wants Lori Vallow and her new husband, Chad Daybell, to tell authorities where the missing kids are. He believes the couple leads a religious group more radical than people know, and tells me his ex-wife left her 4 kids with him to join this group.
I had the perfect life, man. I had.
Thank you.
I built a beautiful home across the street from the temple.
Nobody yet that I know of.
Now Brandon Boudreaux fears for his life. His number one priority, his 4 young kids. Brandon says their mother, Melanie, demanded a divorce last summer as her behavior became erratic. Brandon filed these court documents last October. He wanted sole custody of his kids. He made another jarring statement saying the 4th husband of Melanie's aunt was shot and killed within the last couple of months. He believed Melanie regularly spent her time at her Aunt Lori's home. We now know the 4th husband to be Charles Vallow, who filed to divorce Lori in February 2019. He claimed Lori said she was a god preparing for the second coming of Christ and would murder him if she got in the way of his mission. Chandler police say her brother, Alex Cox, shot Charles in self-defense last July. Fast forward to October 2nd, Brandon says a bullet missed his head by inches as he pulled into his driveway in Gilbert.
All I could think was, someone's shooting at me. What do I need to do? I need to hit the gas and get out of here.
Police say the shooter drove off. A closer look shows the Tesla's broken window and a bullet hole. Detectives are still investigating the case. Then less than 2 weeks later, Brandon says he got this text from Melanie saying she planned to move to Boise, Idaho, and the kids could stay with him in Arizona or go with her. Brandon believes Melanie did all this to join the religious group of Doomsday Preppers, led by Chad Daybell, Lori's new husband.
I think it's an infatuation with the end of the world and, an infatuation with
themselves.
And they are using it to try to make money off of people's beliefs.
In late November, marriage records in Clark County, Nevada show Melanie remarried. Court documents also say Brandon Boudreaux has been told by investigators not to reveal the names of the possible shooting suspect or suspects, but he does believe the attempt on his life, the disappearance of JJ and Tylee, as well as Charles Vallow's death are all connected. Live in the studio, Justin Lum.
You bet your bottom dollar. You bet your bottom dollar. I'm not a betting woman, but I would so bet on that for sure. Okay, so now we're going to go back to Brandon interviewing allegedly with the police. Okay, here we go.
I'm not a guy who has a lot of problems with anyone in my life. It's people like
Oh. Yeah, I want y'all to, I really want to know what y'all think, but just by kind of observing what's going on in the trial, and I mean, I'm not any kind of trial aficionado or anything. This is my second one, Lori was the first. This one's my second. And I mean, I know a lot more than I did, but there's tons. But it just really seemed like how John Pryor was really gloating about the fact that, well, his client, he's not charged in Arizona for these, these crimes. It separates Lori from Chad. Anyways, and then if you just take away Lori and Alex from the whole Daybell, I mean, just learning about Garth and Emma and how they feel, and Joe, it's really disgusting. If you take Lori and Alex out of the picture, I feel like Tammy was doomed anyways. I mean, I'm not trying to be like, because they all suck. So I'm not a fan of any of them. But I mean, it just, even now, especially now, we're going to have to, I want to schedule a live stream just to go over Garth, Emma, Joe, because that's, I veered off with the whole Tim Ballard thing. I was like, whoa. And then now, I mean, it's par for the course because, I mean, we've always known this. We've always known OUR, Tim Ballard. He acts the same way. He's doing weird shit. Tom Harrison's all up in here. Elites, Mormon freaking apostles. I mean, come on now. This is so horrible. This is bad. And that's just the outer people that I just kind of explained, but kind of the inner as well, in my opinion. I just want to know, why was Chad Daybell and Julie Rowe meeting with Tom Harrison? Even, I'm telling you, I have to go back and vet this out. But whenever the Chandler detective testified, his name was Ariel Werthers. He was doing the GPS. He had a little PowerPoint presentation, I feel like, even his testimony, how John was like, well, my client's not charged down there in Arizona. And I'm like, neither was Lori, till D-Day, till they, were like, guilty, 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 guilty. Okay. That very day that the verdict came back, Arizona was like, release. And then boom, she was charged and then extradited. And she's there in Arizona. And I really just have a feeling that what Arizona detectives were doing this time was kind of, there's the one detective, I want to say his name was Nathan Moffat, I think. Don't hold me, don't hold it against me. But I mean, he was telling John Pryor, he was like, well, the investigation's still open. I mean, if there's any more, evidence that comes up, then, yeah, he can still be charged. Something like that. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm here for it. So that's kind of the feeling I get, is that I feel like Arizona is going to slap him silly. And then he's going to be down there with them Arizona bitches. I'm sorry, I had to say it. If you're an Arizona bitch, then you're my kind of people. You know what I mean? Not the witches, but the Bianches. All right. So now you know how I feel.
In that Tesla, is that paid for? Or did you use it? Rent?
But it's almost paid for. It's got like 30,000 left on it.
Okay.
30,000 left on it. It's almost paid for.
Thought now too is possibly money issue, because I mean, those Teslas, those are nice cars. You live here at this house by yourself, you're paying for your ex, soon to be ex. Is there anything else involved with the money situation?
I mean, we went through it with the mediator so she could see everything. Like, I was very thorough. She has almost every penny that I'm supposed to pay her. If there's like one outstanding thing I have to pay her left. Our house is about to close. She's getting her half. She set it up, so we're just going to her now. Like, everything's done.
Yeah, come on.
We've been talking. She wants me to reimburse some things, and I'm not agreeing with her on the reimbursement, but it's not like we're talking about maybe $500 to $1,000. We're talking about like distribution-wise, she's got like $300,000. So, it's not enough that I would think that would at all create an anger thing.
So she's getting, or how much money would you say that she's received from you so far doing this?
Once that money comes from the house, she'll be close to $300,000.
Any drug use?
No.
Not by her.
I don't think so. She never used drugs. She drank a little while in my marriage at the beginning, but she's been very. She got into this religious thing, and she's been going to like her temple every day. And like, I don't know if she is anymore, because I don't really see her. But for about a year, she was going every single day, and she was like super religious. Like, she was really hardcore into
LDS.
In her belief system. She decided that this is why the marriage is done, because she told me that she had to receive a revelation. She was told that I'm gay, that there's nothing I can do to stop it.
Did she have any evidence to say
silly evidence like that I drew penises on the board, or that like guy things like that. There's a video on me dancing with a dude on Facebook too, which was a funny video. And being awkward. It's not like that I'm attracted to anybody, but it's just some really vague evidence. Like, and I offered to have a thorough search of all my web browsing because if I'm gay, there should be some I try to go through some logical steps. I offered to do a lie detector test just because I'm not trained, so there's good odds that if I was gay, there'd be some truth there. I offered all the logical things I could think, but she had no interest, but she was adamant. It was that, and like she's a good mom, so I thought a lot about, am I worried about this for my kids? And my answer was no, because they need a stable mom just like they need a stable dad, and if she can be a stable mom regardless of whatever's going on with us, like I guess I just wanted to have her be there rather than like go through a battle where I try to like prove that she has issues, and like I don't think that's going to be helpful for my kids. It makes them have to make some really tough decisions at an early age in life.
As far as routine, do you typically work weekdays?
Weekends? I work Monday through Friday. My routine is very set. I mean, people would know it because I get up when I have my kids, which this is the first week I've been able to have them over at my house. I drop them off and then I go to the gym. Then I come home and shower, change, and go to work.
What time do you get up in the morning?
I get up at 6. So
tell me about today. What was the routine today?
Woke up at 6. Put on my workout clothes. My 6-year-old wakes up. She usually likes to sleep on my bed. She's kind of a sleeper. So get her ready for school. I get her downstairs. I get her some muffins so she can eat. My other little 2-year-old wakes up, and so I go get her out of her bed. I get her some muffins, strip her down, put a new fresh diaper on her, get her some clothes, get her ready. Then my 9-year-old wakes up. He gets himself ready, which is kind of nice. So he gets himself ready. He wet the bed. So I stripped him down, got him in the shower, got him clean, got him dressed, got him in bed. Then I had about 15 minutes, so I let them kind of just watch a show on Netflix for a few minutes while I got myself just a little bit of food, just kind of ready. Got them out the door. That was 7:25. That's when I started the drive.
So 7:25, then you take Braxton Brighton to ALA?
ALA first. Drop her off at mom's, not at her house. She likes me to go to the park. It makes her feel better, so there's a park.
Is it a park near her house?
It's literally like as you turn into Worker Street, there's a park right there.
Okay.
That's where we always do drop off every day. So my kids are used to it. It's good. They like it. If she's late or I'm early or whatever, we just play at the park for a minute until the connection happens. I move on.
So then you drop Bree off at the park.
She runs to mom. Mom's already walking, so she runs to mom. I get back in the car, go drop Blake off, and head to the gym.
Okay, so from Legacy Traditional, you went to EOS today?
Yeah.
EOS Fitness? Which one's that at?
Higley and Fitness.
And who'd you work out with there?
Mark Bell. They have this information, and Chris Pierce was actually there with us too.
So Mark and Chris were both with you? And how long was the workout?
I usually work out about an hour and a half. Today was shorter. It was an hour. This is leg day, and we go really hard, so shortened version.
Never skip leg day, right? Don't skip leg day. I got you. Don't skip leg day. So
don't want to look like a winner.
So you get done with leg day. You leave there. Did you make any stops beforehand?
None. I just drove right over to here. I was going to go over to my house, and I thought, nah, I'll just go get showered first. I have to get my house clean because we just sold the 3150 South Point house. And so it was supposed to close today. It's actually going to close tomorrow. So I didn't make any stops. I just drove over here, and that's when that occurred. As I was around that corner.
Okay. And so what would you do if this was still a typical day? What would you do next?
All that would have happened is I would have gone in, showered, have a 10 o'clock owners meeting with my partners. We go through and talk about the insurance.
Is that both Mark and Chris?
Mark, Chris, and there's a guy named Ryan Jarvis who's also a business partner. So yeah, we would have gone in there. I spent probably an hour. I got a buddy that wanted to go to lunch today, so I probably would have gone and caught lunch with him. I come back, I run a correlation for my sales team. After that, usually I either sell or I tackle whatever things on my list are most urgent, most important, get to your quadrant. So I work through that stuff. I usually work on a day like today till 7 o'clock and come out. There's no reason to go home. I don't have my kids anymore. I have a family, so I just work until 7, 8 when everybody else leaves, and I head back here. And probably clean because my kids have been here and it's always harder to get your house really clean. So I can do a really thorough cleaning and stack early because when I don't have my kids, I like to get to the gym at 6, 5:30, somewhere in there, so that I can get my workout done, get back, and get to work earlier. Because it's pretty much my life. I just work.
So when you do have your kids, your morning routine's a little different.
Yeah.
And then when you don't have your kids, you work out in the morning.
Yeah, I work out at 6. So usually I'll show up at 6, get a good workout in, be done by 7:30, and I get more cardio in if I don't have my kids. So I usually put a half hour to an hour cardio after my workout. I lost like 50 pounds during my so like it's really working. It's a great workout. That's just my routine. So that's how I started that when the divorce happened. It was just kind of like this way that I can deal with all the pain and everything. The counselor kind of encouraged me to do it. It helped, so.
Divorced by Beachbody, right? Where's your office at?
It's on Belvista and Warner. It's 1206, I think, East Warner. Let's make sure. I should know this.
That's okay.
1206 East Warner, Suite 214. It's 685-296.
Suite 214?
Yeah. That's. It just kind of catches the street. You can see everything because I kind of turned it so it catch space. So I mean, if they do record stuff, even for a shorter amount.
And your Tesla has a camera on it too, yeah?
It does, yeah. I mean, give it the emergency assistance number. I think it might have started recording. So I think what happens is in an accident, you automatically set to record. I don't know if that shattering would have caused it to record.
Just record from the front?
Yeah, I have a front camera. It sits right up here. So it would have caught everything. Would have caught the shot. Maybe even the person.
Oh,
Anything
that's
else you can think of
interesting.
right now?
I never caught that before. I know. I'm late to the party.
No shattering.
But the camera
I
on the
think what
car.
happens is in an accident, you automatically set to record. I don't know if
that
shattering would have caused it to record.
Just record from the front?
Yeah, I have a front camera. It sits right up here. So it would have caught everything. Would have caught the shot. Maybe even the person.
Anything else you can think of right now?
Ooh, gonna burn that butt.
I wish.
I gave you my card. Yeah, I gave you my card out there. You know what? Is this 702-7424? Okay, that's your cell.
And I'm a little uncomfortable. I'm probably going to leave, go to my parents' house. They live in Utah for a few days.
They live in Utah?
Yeah. I just don't want anyone to know where I'm at. I feel very safe.
For now, in the short term, stick here for now until we figure out what my next step is going to be as far as processing the scene and what we need from the other guys. Do you have any bad business things going on or anything?
No, I mean that's their home company. We're about to file litigation, but it's not like nobody hates each other. It's just they can't agree on the number, and neither can I. And so we're going to go to a mediator to figure out the number. But
when we're talking number, how much are we talking?
They want to pay me $40,000. I think it's worth $100,000. But to all of us, that's not a lot of money. Like we're talking about, it's a lot less, right? And all of us are doing pretty well, so it's not like any of us can.
Typically comes down to money or drugs, right? Or emotional stuff, but it doesn't sound like you have any emotional issues. You tell me you have any drug history or the family doesn't have any, and then so maybe it leads down to money. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. Like, but my ex doesn't. I don't know because everything's so strange now. But like, I just don't think she would do that. Like, that's a very just. I never would have thought anyone would try to shoot.
Well, let's figure out exactly what happens to her. We're going to do our best to get some short-term answers, and then we can figure out what our next steps are going to be. Just actually be patient, because like I said, anytime the government gets involved, things slow down, right? My cell's at the bottom. That's my work cell, so you can text or call that. I'll probably correspond with you throughout this with that number more than any other. Forgive my chicken scratch. It's 480-372-1061. I may have some other questions here shortly.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me right now?
No, I think as soon as I can leave, I'd feel more comfortable just not being here, but I can wait.
Okay. Yeah, for now, I need you to wait. I hope it's not going to take too long because the scene is not super complicated, but I need to talk to my counterparts here and see what they found, if anything, so far. Do me a favor, don't contact Melanie yet. You contacted parents, which is fine.
Yeah, my dad, I just thought I should tell him.
Yeah, but keep the communication pretty quiet right now until I get a better idea of what our next steps are.
Okay.
Anything else right now? All right, Brandon, thank you for chatting with me. If you think of anything, wave me down, or hell, you can even text me. That'd probably be easier to get to me about, even if I'm not seen. Okay.
So we just hang out here. Just gotta sit over there.
Yeah, if you want to sit with your buddies, and then once I think we're at a place where you can either take off.
Take that car. I'm assuming.
There's a good chance. I'll let you know here shortly. There's a good chance we're gonna at least get the projectile out. Depending upon how the camera system works, I might need to take it.
Okay. Yeah, maybe call and talk to somebody.
I know I have one of my fellow detectives working on that right now. So if we don't have to inconvenience you, we won't. But
I don't mind, honestly. Like I feel really uncomfortable. So the things that I can do, like living without my car, is not an issue.
Yeah, I need to get it back too. So
I know how it works, and I have plenty of them. Financially, I'm very stable, so I'm not worried about the cost of getting my car or anything else.
Good deal. Well, I'll get you some answers soon. If you think of stuff, like I said, take notes, even if it's in your phone, just to remember, because you'll forget. You're still in a little steady shot. Do you need anything from us right now?
I appreciate your help.
Okay. I'll be here. So I'll talk to you in a minute. Okay. What do we do next? Which video do we go to next? I knew that was. Well, okay, yeah. All right. Uh-oh. The hell's that? Okay.
It's gone. I got to Fisher, and so I pulled it.
Okay, obviously it's my first day. Let me copy this, and then I'm like, do we go to Melanie and Alex going to Brandon's parents' house, or do we hold on, let me paste this in here so I can talk. Or do we go to like Brandon Pawlowski's for like last year in Lori's trial when he testified there, because you get more of a bigger picture, I mean, we're gonna bounce around, so yeah, my hair is ghetto right now. I can't find the right clip. This one's too big, so my hair is being weird. I know. I actually was just looking at a couple of pictures of him backstage behind the scenes. You going to Utah? We're going to Utah. All right, y'all get ready to go to Utah. All right. And I'm nothing fast. Uh-oh. I almost closed out the whole damn session. Wow. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay. What? Okay. Here we go. Back that up. And we'll scoot this forward. I'm going to scoot it up too. Right? Damn.
I asked an officer to come here last night to do a check-in because I'm worried they're in danger.
You came over here after being told that you were criminally trespassed.
But I have an agreement saying
from this residence, correct?
But my order says that it's my time with my kids. They're supposed to be in Arizona. My husband's kept them out of school for
from this
over a
location.
month. I just need my kids, and you're welcome to look at this order. They've been out of state, out of school, and my husband's.
I would slap her with it. I just like.
So this is my
We've been
order.
in contact with.
Do you have a victim's advocate I can speak to in the police department, please?
Okay.
So, where'd you get this order from?
So this is our mediation order.
Okay.
I also have another copy of the original copy of the court. This is my time with the kids. My husband's been hiding with them over a month out of state.
We talked to you the other day, right?
Yeah. So I asked for somebody to come in and check in on them to just make sure they're safe, because my ex-husband will not talk to me.
So we told you they were safe yesterday, right, on the phone?
You said that on the phone, but they are supposed to be in my custody right now. Yeah, they are. There's no.
Okay, hey, right now we're working through something else, okay?
So
if you just want to
he's
step
lied
inside,
to
we'll come
everyone,
talk to
saying
you in
he
a
has.
moment, okay?
He said he's had a protection order against them, and there was nothing. I've never been served with anything. He's lied to everybody, and he kind of does this. So
what were you wanting to happen tonight? Coming over here, were you going to try to take the kids away from them, or what's
going
on?
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to show that I was going to bring this copy to them and say this is my time with the kids.
Okay.
He's had them out of state, and he's been lying to everyone's protecting them. Like, I know they're nice. My in-laws are nice people, but they've been lied to, saying that there's a protection order in place, and there isn't. My kids are I'm worried they're in danger because my husband's been doing a lot of things that cause me to worry. He says he was shot at a month ago, and then he went into hiding, and no one in Arizona has seen him for weeks for my children, and he kept them out for over a month with truant absences.
So with that being said, I'm just going to say this real quick. I mean, your husband got shot at a month ago, and if you have nothing to do with it, wouldn't you be helping your husband and your ex-husband, your whatever the hell? Wouldn't you be not doing this? Is what I'm saying. This is like Ruby, Frankie, the Daybell kids 2.0 right here. Well, I mean, she does call Chad Daybell dad. So, I mean, there's that. So maybe she's half whatever, the spirit sibling somewhere down the whatever the hell it is that they're doing. We're like backstroking. Yeah, horrible. I would help my husband.
I asked an officer to just come over here last night to just make sure they're safe, and he said I can't do a welfare check or a wellness check.
So did
for
you
some
not hear
reason.
me when I was talking? We were talking on the phone the other day, and said we came here because you were here. We came here. We checked on the kids. They were
Are you talking about yesterday or the day before?
The day before. The day
I
before.
heard
Take them
and I had
papers
to
out.
call in because I didn't know if that was. I just heard something on speaker. I didn't hear everything. I heard that it wasn't super clear, and so I called in the next day and I said, "Can you? Because I don't want to have to go over there again. Can you send an officer
No,
to check in?"
think about this. Was it Mohawk Mom that just said she is living next door to Lori Vallow Daybell at this moment. And this is November 15th, 2019. Okay. She's already been there the day before. Alex is parked like 5 houses down, maybe 6. So there, and this is Utah. This is American Fork is it? Yeah, it's American Fork, somewhere around there. Utah. Okay, this is Brandon's parents' house. This is her ex-in-laws. They drove from Idaho, her and Alex, down to Utah, staying there 2 days in a row, obviously. Okay, because she was there yesterday. She was trying to get them on the phone. Why? Those are not even signed they're just mediation papers. They're not even signed by a damn judge. She does say eventually that she has signed ones by the judge in the Telluride that Alex is, low key in. That it's the creepiest. This video, it's satisfying and it creeps me out too. But I mean, just think of how extra they are. Now, when do we know when? Because I don't remember when were her 2 of her 4 children, as of right now, or as of this time, when were they rated dark is what I want to know. They were the next sacrifice, in my opinion, straight up. And I don't feel bad for saying that because no, I mean, it bothers us anyways that she's not even being held accountable. She opted out of freaking testifying at Lori damn Daybell's trial last year. And we're just like, okay, if that were me for a speeding ticket, I mean, I'd have been locked up yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm just tired of people like her, people like Chat, people like these people, you know what I'm talking about, getting away with shit because that dog don't hunt. Anyways.
Well, I have a legal right. Well, my children are inside and they're probably in danger.
They're alive.
Probably in danger. You know that for sure. Like,
well, I know what my ex is capable of, and he has a lot of.
Okay, another thing. You know how Lori, there's text between Lori and Chad around the time where she, okay, she says that, and I forget the names, okay, and maybe that's good because, these kids, they'll, Melanie and Brandon's kids, I feel for their journey big time. I really do. They lost their cousins. I mean, they've lost a lot too. They almost lost their dad, I mean, just their whole world. And then what they're going to grow up into and find out, I mean, it's just, it's tragic. But something that kind of caught my attention the other day, and I mean, maybe I'm off, but whenever there was a text, I want to say between Lori and Chad, and it was about how one of Melanie's kids drew 3 crosses on the wall for the dark ones to find them. And I was like, so is this why the church, the LDS church is putting crosses now on GPS? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, who? That's backwards. That's inverted, right? That's that inverted thinking. And I'm like, it just makes you think. I know nobody has the definitive answer or anything, but just saying, if the one of these kids are drawing 3 crosses on the wall that they had to paint over, and Lori says that they were marking the spot for the dark and whatever, the dark ones to find them, the evil ones. Then why is the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, why are they putting crosses now all over the map? I don't know. It's just weird. One of those things. And okay, it's off my chest now. I am going to go take a potty break real quick. So I'm just going to play this and I'm going to dip out for a second.
People working with them, so I just
Right back.
wanted to make sure my kids were safe last night. And the
Yeah.
officer
Without you.
so I need to speak to a victim's advocate.
Okay.
A victim's
You were
advocate.
trespassed, correct? You remember that on the phone?
I asked you if you understood. You stated you did. So.
Okay.
So you understand you're trespassed, right?
Yes, but I believe with my order, I can come and just get my. I'm
Nope.
not going in.
Nope.
Not going into the house.
Nope.
I'm just.
You're trespassed from the property. You being on the lawn right now is a violation of that trespass.
Well, I can get off.
Well, it doesn't
Just-
really matter now.
I'm not trying to barge into their house or trying to take my. I'm just trying to be peacefully, trying to do what's right and what's in my order.
Is this an order from Arizona?
Yes, it
When you were
is.
in there?
They're illegally out of state right now. Like he's keeping them out of school for over a month. I've been searching for them. I don't know what else to do. I asked someone to just come over and see if they're safe last night, and Carlson probably scared them off, saying there's a protection order, and there's no protection order. We can go and look everything up right now.
Okay.
I haven't seen or talked to my kids. I have a 2-year-old, 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 9-year-old, and they haven't seen their mom for over. And my husband's been doing drugs, and he's.
Well, this is probably not the best way to go about it, right? To come here and try to.
I tried asking if an officer could just make sure they're safe.
And we told you
But
they
I was
safe,
told
right?
I have a mediation. I have this court order saying it's my time with the kids. If I know where they're at, I can go and get them.
No, so you can't come over here and forcefully take them.
Not forcefully.
and
I'm just
we can't
knocking,
come
saying
over here
I'm
and
just
forcefully
going to get them in
take
order
them
because I
out,
know
right?
they've been lied to, saying there's a protection.
That's something that you're going to have to take up with the courts, right? Like we told you the other day. You're going to have to go to
I
the
don't know if
courts.
they're safe, and I feel like they're in danger.
We can go in there and check and see if they're safe. And then we can come back here and we can tell you they're safe. Stop talking. Stop talking, okay? We can go in there, check if they're safe, but we already trespassed you from this property saying you can't come back here. And what you do, you came back here. And it doesn't matter if you got this piece of paper. We told you not to come back here, and you come back here and you're upsetting everybody, and now it's just a whole freaking problem. So your whole thing is here is just you want to come here and check if they're safe? You want a welfare check on them?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Well, and it's my time.
Yeah, so that's another problem, right? So this is a whole civil problem. This is a whole court thing, okay? Because even if you do come here with these papers and say, yep, it's my time, they're not giving them back to me, then the only thing you got to do is go to the courts and you got to say, hey, listen, if these are signed by a judge down there in the court or whatever, he can say, you know what, this is your time. Let's get this back in court. Let's have him come back to court. Let's do this. Then we can give you a report number and we can stop talking. Stop talking. Okay, I'm explaining some things. Okay. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
I am, sir.
So this isn't the best way to go about things.
Yes, sir.
You can bring up everything to the judge. You think he's doing drugs and that he's been getting shot at and that it's not a safe environment for your kids. But what you can't do is come to a place where you've been trespassed.
Yes, sir. I just thought with my order, then I can just. It's okay. Thank you.
So now there's a bigger problem here because we trespassed you and you weren't supposed to be on here and you're causing alarm to them and everything like that. Who's your judge down there? You don't know your judge? Who signed your papers? Where'd you even get these papers from?
They were mailed to me.
You live in Arizona?
Yes,
Was this done in mediation or in court?
She just said, yeah,
Because
she
I
lived
don't
in
see
Arizona.
anything
It's a court-ordered.
Okay. She does not live in Arizona. Let's just back that up.
You live in Arizona?
Yes, sir. She does not live in Arizona. This is November 15th, 2019. She moved into Lori, next door to Lori, apartment 174, where they found some Tyvek suits and some other things. All those IDs, or credit card, whatever. All those things that were not theirs. Brandon's probably. Remember whenever the detective said, I don't even know what he said for Brandon Boudreaux's name, but it was funny. But she's lying. Okay. She's bitching at Brandon or about Brandon doing exactly what she's wanting to do, except we know from the case of Lori and Chad what they're up to.
You live in Arizona?
Was this done in mediation or in court? Because I don't see anything.
It's a court-ordered. So
I don't see anything signed by a
Exactly.
judge.
I have the copy with more signatures if you need to see that. This was just for them. I was just bringing them to them because I know they've been lying.
This is a mediated settlement.
Why is she?
Not a court order.
She is lying. She just said she was bringing her mediation papers. I think we ran across this last time, and I remember. She's there at Brandon Boudreaux's, her ex-in-laws, almost. Okay, she's not met Ian Pawlowski yet, allegedly, but whatever. That's up for debate. Okay, she says, "I'm here. I'm bringing them the paper so they can see." Brandon lives there with his parents. He's got the same papers. Okay, and they know, like Brandon's parents know that he was shot at October 2nd. This is not even a month and a half later. Now, something that Jason brought up to me just now when I went to, ladies' room, he said, and he had asked me this before, he was like, well, didn't she have life insurance on them, on the kids? And I was like, oh, I don't know. I do remember whenever she had sent a text to Lori after my uncle was murdered, after Charles Vallow was murdered. And she said something about, you might want to get some life insurance on them because you never know if it's in the Lord's will or whatever the hell she said. Okay. It was just totally blasphemous and wrong. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's got to benefit them some way, somehow. They're pawns. But she's saying, I'm coming to bring them the papers. Well, they have text, fax. You can scan things in now. You can read them. You can write them in a letter. You can just say, hey, Brandon, why don't you show your parents your copy, for what? I mean, she can't even get them with it. So what is she going to show them? It's bullshit. She's lying and she's sneaky.
The copy with more signatures.
Oh,
In
one more.
mediation or in
Go back.
You live in Arizona?
Okay.
Was this done in mediation or in court? Because I don't see anything.
It's a court-ordered. So
I don't see anything signed by a
That's
judge.
what I was looking
I have
at.
the copy with more signatures.
Well, go get it.
This was just for them. I was just bringing them to them because I know they've been lying.
This is a mediated settlement agreement, not a court order.
Yes, the court
I was just
mediation.
bringing them to them.
Well, if it was done through mediation, it's not through the court.
Correct.
That just means that you guys sat down with the mediator, you agreed on something.
And now you
This
walk
is
into the
not
court.
something that's been enforced by a judge.
It has, sir. I have the paperwork in the car.
So you guys went to court, you
Yes,
sat
sir.
there with the
Yeah,
judge.
go get 'em,
made a
girl.
Determination.
Let's grab that real quick so I can
Yes,
see.
Yeah, I like that.
And I have a.
Just hush your mouth, girl, and just do more walking, less talking.
I'm going to wait, sir, for him to check, like with the picture or something, just to make sure it is that.
What, you don't believe us that we can go in there
No,
and
sir,
check their well-being or what?
No, sir. They have tons of cousins over probably, and I just want to make sure it's my kid.
We'll make sure. We're not here to lie to you or just make sure that your kids
Right?
are not being
No,
taken.
sir.
Can you imagine being a police officer like where Ruby Frankie and the Frankie, you know what I'm saying? The people who are distrusting police and Yeah, yeah. Can you imagine working in an area like that? That would be nuts.
Yeah, that's a huge deal to us, right?
Like the boxers, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, the state of Utah, kids are a big deal. So, like, we take that thing seriously. So, it's good to check out the kids' well-being. We're going to do that. We're not just going to tell you something that's not true.
Look how far they're having to walk to go to Alex. Still way down there where the light is.
What's his name?
Way more than 6 houses. Maybe.
Well, someone's got to be.
I mean, that's alarming all in itself. Yeah, huh? There's the guy who allegedly took the shot at Brandon just a little over a month before. She shows up with him, way the hell down here, sneaky, all dressed in black. Not today, Satan. I remember this too because I used to want a Kia Telluride, and then when I found out they were, I was like, God dang, they got to take everything, you know? I still have never gotten one.
Are you guys still married?
I don't screw my exes over. You're saying something about October.
Orders mailed out yet. I didn't have any copies of the kids.
Okay. Have you been back to the court since he's left the state of Arizona?
I would love to speak to a victim's advocate.
Okay.
A victim's advocate, one more time.
36, code 4.
Hey, yeah.
I've just been looking for them. I felt like it says in here to not go straight to filing court since there's a process that we both agree to go by. We're supposed to talk with each other first.
You can't just show up there, girl.
There's a whole order. So I was just trying to do things right way. I don't want all this drama and just.
I don't want all this drama.
Trying to file something would have heard. I don't know. I couldn't get my house. Didn't feel safe. Having followed. I tried to just do the best I can. Just going about this. I don't know. I've never done this before. Like I don't.
Okay, so the proper thing to go about this.
Why is she being a vulture then?
All things else are failing. What you got to do is go to the court. You got to see a judge. You got to do the whole court stuff.
Yeah, but no, it's a long process. Like I've already, he's been hiding with me for a month.
You can't just leave them either. Silly. Like you did.
I couldn't safely do that. So
you can't safely go to court.
No, I couldn't safely go to
Hello?
Dude, can you go stand over there so we can hear him better?
Were you guys looking at my car as well?
Nope, you're good. You can keep on going, man. You're good.
Freaking Alex, the freaking sicko.
Yeah, we have. I'm gonna go run away with the kids somewhere. I don't know.
Projection.
If I have this and it says it's my
Exactly what she's gonna do.
Actually, doesn't say in the court order that you guys have a set schedule. It says that you guys are going to mediation.
We do. It's in here. It's just playing with the airs.
Flexible parenting.
No, we have. We have set days, set weekends, and so we did set all of that. And there's a lot in here for.
You did, but in the court order, it doesn't specify a specific time frame or a set schedule. It says
This happened to me
agree to mediation to a flexible
a long time ago.
which can change at any time. There's no set time for parents.
Okay, what do you recommend for like he's hiding with them for a month? Like that's not allowed. He's out of state with them. He's kept them out of school. They just
What are you doing?
Their school in Arizona.
So like I'm saying, we're not
You're not even living there.
come with you. We're not going to drag them out or take them or whatever like that. So what I'm telling you is that you need to go to the courts as soon as possible. And I know it might take a little bit of time. It might take a little bit of time and stuff like that, but that's the best way.
I ask you something. If they go in there and they're not all in there, then what happens?
Okay. Can we just say something real quick? Y'all know how 2 of them have been rated dark. 2 of her 4 children. That little bit she just said right there was really eerie because she said, I'm gonna play it again just because my short-term memory sucks. But just pay close attention to what she's saying. I'm sorry, I don't have captions. I don't have any.
It might take a little bit of time and stuff like that, but that's the best way.
If they go in there and they're not all in there, then what happens?
If they go in there and they're not all in there, then what happens? You do. I don't know if y'all. Maybe it's just me and just being super freaking critical, but they're the ones that are rating 2 of them and not all 4. And by they, I mean Melanie and friends, Melanie and her family, Chad and Lori and Alex, and and she's saying, what if they go in there and they're not all in there? I mean, that to me is like that's her. I don't think they have consciousness. You know what I mean? Consciousness. I can't say it right now, but you know what I'm saying. But I think that's her kind of foretelling on herself a little bit, maybe. Allegedly, maybe. I don't know.
Force the kids to come with you. We're not going to drag them out or take them or whatever like that. So what I'm telling you is that you need to go to the courts as soon as possible. And I know it might take a little bit of time. It might take a little bit of time and stuff like that, but that's the best way.
I ask you something. If they go in there and they're not all in there, then what happens?
We'll have to find out where they are. We'll have to check on them.
Right?
Yeah, that's why I said you checked on them and they were all good. But the problem is that you're coming here and you're causing alarm.
I'm not sure.
And when we told you you weren't allowed onto that property.
Right, but if I have this and they have my children, they have no right to my kids. That's the in-laws. That's not even. They're not even with the husband. So is that an issue?
The husband's there.
He's there right now.
Yeah, I talked to him.
Brandon Boudreaux is there.
I don't know if he's there right now.
So they're in there. The in-laws have no rights to the kids, right?
And just also put this in, put a pin in this. Brandon is in communication with his detective working his case down there in Arizona, Detective Coons. Okay. So he's already like passed everything through him, and everybody's aware of the plan, except, the dark and terrible ones here, the dark and evil, whatever, these people. Ugh.
I'm just trying to.
So what you asked me is what you need to do, and if everything's what you're saying is
so child kidnapping, that they're out of state with in-laws who have no rights to the kids.
And she's out of state too. She lied and said that she was living in Arizona. Okay. So what is she going to do? Like if they were to say, okay, here you go, ma'am. And they ride off right there with Uncle Alex and their mom. And she goes up to Idaho because that's where the hell she lives. You know what I'm saying?
I'm getting really pissed off right now.
Me too. Get her.
You want to listen to what I have to say, or do you want to just go your separate way?
You do.
Same one, right?
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm about to mess around with that.
The problem
I've done everything right, but so far,
the problem is that our hands are kind of tied when it comes to like civil cases like this and civil matters, right?
I've been locked up.
So we can go in there and we can check their well-being and make sure they're okay.
The 7 gatherers, right?
That's like wrong with them, or if they're, we can ask them and check on them. Are you guys okay? Whatever, and they're like, yeah, we're fine, we're totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
Then that just that,
Or most
our kind of thing is kind of just
Don't go silent on me. Yeah, I do remember, and I just don't remember what branch, but I want to say that Melanie did Air Force boot camp or whatever the hell, a long time ago. You get him a quick.
So get that shit out of here.
Yeah.
Get that shit out of here.
It's time to cite and move on. Yep,
Cite and move.
that's what I'm saying. But
But come on, let's hear you, please.
Everybody's safe. Everybody's safe, and that's not even binding or legal yet. So, quite frankly,
How is it not legal?
because it hasn't been signed, and it hasn't been submitted by your mediator. Okay. So
It has.
facts
Can I show
are
you, sir?
facts
Can I
are.
show you
No,
my
I don't want to
answer?
see it. I actually don't want to see it. Facts are. I think you should get a
Okay.
citation right now for trespassing, and then we should move on.
Okay.
You want me to do it for you, Dave?
sure.
Do it.
I haven't really done anything, so.
Do it. There you go.
You want me to stay here?
Yeah, just stay right here with these officers.
Okay.
Woo. I know. Me too, Miss that. Nah, I don't want to see it. Yeah, it definitely wasn't signed by a judge. So
Can I ask you a question, sir?
no.
Sir,
Cannot.
how do you know that it has not been submitted to the court systems?
Apparently, that's the conversation that your husband had with the mediator.
Where's her paper she was going to get that are signed?
If I
Remember
pull
that?
up the superior court and it shows record that it
I
has
like
been,
that. How you
that's
there?
the story he's been telling, sir.
I like
but
that.
That's not the truth.
Okay. I mean, you have an actual record that
I do,
says,
sir.
yeah, it's valid right
I
now.
do, sir.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, you're not going to get the kids out of here tonight anyway.
Sir, I just want to make sure they're safe.
They're safe. I just saw all four of them.
But do you have their pictures? Like, how do you know it wasn't a cousin?
I don't know, it wasn't a cousin.
Do you know what their pictures look like?
Was it Tylee and JJ?
Well, I don't know what the kids look like, but
So how do you know that was them?
how do you know that there's four kids in there?
Because
that,
the officer
right?
said that all four
What
of
was
my
it?
children.
Was it a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 9-year-old? Right?
That's more than
3
most
boys, 1 girl.
No, 2 boys, 2 girls.
2 boys, 2 girls.
Sir,
The
is there a picture you can take to confirm that
was the youngest one
Shoot.
girl?
Yes.
And then, so that would be your 2 and your 4-year-old a girl?
No, boy.
Boy.
Blonde, curly hair, dimples, blue eyes.
Yep. They're all
Oh God.
Is there a way that
I'm not gonna go start snapping pictures of kids.
I just
Right.
But
there have tons of cousins over there. How do I know
there's
that's
tons of
them?
cousins over there right now. You know for a fact
Probably.
there's tons of cousins
They
over there.
always
You can
have-
argue with me all day. You're not gonna win.
I just would love to speak to the victims after.
I
There's
like it.
4 children in there that are happy.
You're speaking to the court. You're speaking to freaking officers, and she. Oh my God. She's one of those that will sit there and argue with a damn tree, and just be like, "But why? But why? And can I? Can I?" I hate when people say, "Can I ask a question?" I'm like, "You just did." It's like a waste of time to me. But I mean, she is saying some really effed up stuff. Knowing, okay, I think I just.
Your 2 and your 4-year-old a girl.
No, boy.
Boy.
Blonde, curly hair, dimples, blue eyes.
Yep.
That
They're all in there.
right there.
Is there a way that
I'm not gonna go start snapping pictures of kids.
I
Okay.
just
But
there have tons of cousins over there. How do I know that?
Oh, that right there. Is she like she knows about Tylee and JJ, in my opinion. Okay. She's not fooling me. She don't fool most of y'all. But she's really good. She's real. Well, I'll say she's good, but she's just, I don't know, word salad and but she tells on herself, okay? And so is she, I mean, because maybe let's just posit this. Maybe Melani Pawlowski does know what happened to Tylee and JJ. And she's like, again, she's like projecting her fears about what she knows would happen to those children, her cousins. And so she's kind of like tripping out, there's a word for it and it's escaping me right now, but just guilt, like I don't know.
Tons of cousins over there right now. You know for a fact there's tons of cousins
They
over there.
always
You can argue.
I'm gonna go back. I'm sure I always thought ran into
Okay. But
there are tons of cousins over there. How do I know
there's
that's
tons of
them?
cousins over there right now. You know for a fact there's tons of cousins
They
over there.
always
You can
have-
argue with me all day. You're not going to win.
I
Okay?
just would love to speak to the victims after.
There's 4 children in there that are happy and healthy. Okay?
So.
Oh.
2 of them are playing Fortnite. The other 2 are watching Frozen.
Frozen. Again.
Is there anything else you want to know? The facts are
You
she
just
can't
take
even
their
be here.
word that it's not filed in court because I have legal documents saying that it was filed in
Yes.
court and signed by him, by the
Not
judge,
good.
by our mediator.
It's your
So
fault.
You just take it's right here. I've been trying to show it to you.
Doesn't matter. I mean, again, still doesn't matter.
I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I'm just
I'm
here.
gonna do whatever I want.
I know.
Like the
You
facts
Oh,
are
God.
is that the facts are is that like I'm not just gonna go there and remove the kids from their home.
You can do whatever you want.
See, He let her in. Oh.
So if it was filed on October 22nd,
Yes, sir.
why
Why am I here now?
are you here now?
Sir, on October 16th, on the meeting was filed, and then Brandon went into hiding with my children. They've been out of state for over a month, out of school.
Those are you.
I've been looking for them everywhere. Somebody said that they've seen Brandon, but not the kids, so I don't know if he split them up different places. There's
He's hunting them down.
I have unenrolled them now. He's not supposed to take them out of state, and he's broken everything he's doing. He's lied and said that it hasn't been filed, and then he lied and said he has a protection order. There's nothing that has been filed, and we can look it up. I have it on my
Oh,
phone
well.
as well.
That'll work.
Superior Court.
I'm taking notes. I'm sorry.
Well, there's that.
Well, there's
so
that.
whether or not, I mean, obviously
36 code 4.
it may be filed or it may not be filed. I don't know. Whatever.
Sir, I sent an officer over here last night to do a welfare check, and they completely.
Is it really 1:11 in the morning there?
And then you called me and said,
Am I? Or is that okay? Look up here. Top right. It says T011124. Okay. Is it 1:11 in the morning? It's definitely not 1:11 in the afternoon. I don't know. Anyways, just realize that. Weird. That if that is the time. Mm-mm.
they've been lying about what orders are in place. They're legally not supposed to be out of state right now. They're not. I don't even know if Brandon is there. They're not even in the care of either of their legal guardians.
Yeah, but they are safe. They are safe and they're taken care of. So we're not just gonna go in there and remove them from the house.
Who would want to do that anyways?
Absolutely. Absolutely not. No way. No way. I mean, you guys got all this other stuff going on. Like, if the kids are safe, we're not going to take them out of the house. It's just that simple.
Yep.
And furthermore, it's a civil problem that we can't do anything about anyway. Does that make sense? Like, this is a custody thing. There's not much we can do with custody. All we can do is document that there's a custodial interference, and that's it.
If there's a way to get a picture, just make sure that they're there and safe.
I'm not going to go in there and disturb
That's
them anymore,
creepy.
okay? They already don't want to see a cop.
All right. Can you imagine?
They don't want to see a cop.
If he kept to this order, we wouldn't be doing
All right, but I'm not going to go in there and stir things up even more.
I'm their mother, and I haven't
I know.
talked to them for a while.
I get it.
I know for sure if they're safe.
I just let you know for sure they're safe.
I don't know if those are cousins over there.
There's nobody else in that house. There's nobody else in the house. So if you're telling me that you know for a fact there's 15 people in that house right now having some sort of family get together, you're out of your mind because there's not anybody else in that house. Nobody.
I don't think all of the kids would be up if it was 1:13 in the morning. I'm just saying. I don't know what time. It might be off.
And honestly, your best option right now is probably just stay away from here.
Right.
Because what's going to happen is you're going to end up in jail. at some point in time, we'll just end up taking you to jail.
Hurry.
Okay? There's honestly that custodial things, there's like nothing that you can do about it. Nothing. Not a thing. I get that it's sad, but you can't all come over here.
But I mean,
You've been told not to.
it's like all about Melanie. It's not about her children and how this will disrupt them, like it's, I mean, even if everything was kosher, but showing up and arguing with the cops and not going with the proper paper, it's not their fault, and I mean, one of their parents is trying to stabilize and make things as normal of a situation as you can be in this situation. You know what I'm saying? I said that backwards, but I mean, and to just think that Tylee and JJ, I mean, they're dead. They're buried in Chad Daybell's backyard right now. It's November 15th, 2019. Melani Boudreaux lives next door to her Aunt Lori. Alex is right there in that vehicle with the light on, shining at us. And he also he lives in apartment 107, allegedly, whatever. He just probably hangs from a damn ceiling by his feet. I don't know. But right now he's dead. So there's that part. I mean, so and then Brandon got shot at October 2nd. October 9th, Tammy got shot at. October 19th, Tammy she was murdered. Okay. I don't think it was ever going to end. And I mean, the fact that my mom's name, she even got a zombie name, and it's Rhonda. She was dubbed a zombie. And so I really don't think that they were going to stop. Another interesting thing, y'all, that we have that whole call between that, just came out in court, in trial. Okay. About the coded phone call, the coded jail call between Cholo. We'll just say Cholo. Okay. There's this whole coded call. We know they're not talking about Alex. They're talking through Alex, or using Alex as the scapegoat, I guess you could say. Well, I went and Nuance Ho had posted, which I mean, I wanted to do this a long time ago, but I was scared too. But she uploaded Janet Russon's, whatever the hell we're gonna call it, a reading for Tim Ballard. However, with what I just said about the coded call between Lori and Chad, whenever I went to grab the transcript, I was copying it and I was pasting it, and I did. And then I started looking at it and I was like, this is not a revelation or receiving anything from Nephi or anybody from the other side. Y'all, this is bad. So I was just like, oh my God. And so Chad and Lori are doing it. And then Tim Ballard. And I mean, it's coming from Tom Harrison, allegedly, and Ken Krogh. Just think about it. I think it's like giving them orders, kind of, or direction, or I don't know. It's my conspiracy. But I mean, really, they are saying some really wackadoodle stuff. We chalk it off as these people are couillon. They're cuckoo. And then, she's over there scribing and stuff. But I mean, what if, think about Mormon Mafia, straight up. Think about when they used to do like this and talk, so that they wouldn't, how nobody would read their lips and stuff. Come on now. You got to be smarter than the tools you're working with. Yes, you have to. Got to go watch it again or listen to it again. Just kind of look at it from that aspect, I guess. I'm not saying that they're not receiving revelation. I'm just saying they kind of talk with all that, keep your powder dry and storyteller. That's one of the code words or whatever. Buzzwords. Rise up. I mean, there's so many things that they do say. Yeah, and Lori put her down payment down. Yeah, I'm just saying I need to scoot the transcript over to KJ. I was like, KJ, she's code breaker, right? She freaking sideswiped me. All right, we're gonna finish. I think, yeah, we'll finish this one out and then we will call it a day. Right, I had to tell you all that.
He has just as much rights to them as you do.
She's arguing.
Are
Mm.
you guys still married? No. Well, then you guys both have got conflicting stories, and at this point,
There's blueprints too.
they're in a safe home, and I'm just not gonna review. Nobody's gonna review. So you can sit here and argue and do all that stuff. Bring this guy over here. It's not gonna be anything. Where are you staying right now? Where are you living?
Shut down. No more death. They do mention blueprints though. My whole mom. Janet Russell.
Why would
Muscle. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's like 5 parts. Actually. I don't shut up. Either. Oh yeah. Think about it. I know, huh? You just blew my mind, hippie gypsy. Damn. I wish they'd come over here by the damn microphone. Or go over there by the mouth. Yeah. Right, Maureen? She was like, I'm gone. I'm going to Boise. I don't know. Trying to escape ISIS and shit. Crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, unless they rented one from Utah. Utah. Mm-hmm. Oh. Want to know why they were meeting with Tom Harrison? That's all I'm saying. Why was Julie Rowe running a freaking soul trafficking? Okay, anti-soul trafficking. Okay, same thing that Tim Ballard's doing with the whole we're going to save the children and after the world ends. Just like the Mormon church saving up money for the second coming of Jesus Christ. It don't add up. Okay. I'm like, what is really going on here? More than we are really putting together. I'll tell you that. Hi, Duality Reality. How are you doing? Good. Trying. Y'all help me. Thank you. You got no choice, right? Yeah. But I think that's just like their grift. It's just to bamboozle other people. I really do think so. Exactly. What the is anti soul trafficking? That was her safe houses. Straight up. Straight up. I was like, too late. You done trafficked all my family members there, my whole lineage. With this. I mean, what are they doing? Hugging over there or something? Oh, God. It's Bequeatha. Bon Bequeath. I know. I know. Oh, my God. But she's doing it, okay? She's damn raising money for it. And so is Tim. You ever seen the Polar Express? Or the real story behind the Polar Express? It's got those kind of vibes as far as what Tim Ballard, the big master plan is. Crazy. All right. I have their paperwork. Melanie's talking way the hell over there. We're just letting it finish out. It should have been. Come on, man. Let's see how much longer. Oh, man. I might speed it up. Living on the edge, I know. Melanie Pawlowski, Alex Cox at Brandon's parents' house when she was trying to go and get her kids, basically. I mean, we knew that they were dubbed dark, half of them. It's crazy. But that's who we're watching. Who's the other guy?
What's up, Alex? You got your ID?
Who? Look way the hell down there. Oh, let me slow down. Woo!
Pretty good, dude. Not bad.
He got the weird eyes too.
You guys came all the way from Arizona?
I know East Idaho,
Where are we coming
right?
from?
Duality reality.
Oh, Idaho. That's right.
She told him Arizona. Just throwing that out there. Still want to see the interview of Julie Rowe.
Do you live in Idaho?
Yeah, I just moved up there.
Yeah, I just moved up there.
From where?
From Arizona.
Oh, what the heck?
Apparently it was too warm.
Idaho's a big change.
How about hell? Hot? You bet.
All right, here's your ID back, man.
Thanks, Alex. Appreciate it, man. No problem.
Bingo!
Well, keep my light out of your face, probably.
No,
I'm just, with everybody here, we can watch her, and then all of a sudden, she's like, "Yeah, I got somebody out here." We're like, "Whoa, just let's make sure everybody's safe and okay." You know what I mean? So
he's down. Very down.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it leave here. Yeah, that's a dim one right there. You can shine all the light at him. All right. Yeah, I know. But he was like kind of side-eyeing all quite a bit. I mean, he's been sitting there for a long time. Let me eavesdrop. Thank you, Miss Marnie. Thank you. Aw. Thanks for helping. Not facing this all alone, right? It's it means everything. Love you too. she at? She got tired, you know? Oh, what the hell's going on over there? Hey, y'all got some sugar? A muzzle? I don't know. But you got rims? Everything. All right, we are done, y'all. Okay, so we will, okay, let me fix my aspect here. All right. So what video? It was Melanie Pawlowski, Alex Cox, when she's trying to get her kids and he's a couple of the cops are kind of like very forceful with her and we love it. But anyways, but we've already been 2 hours, 20 minutes. So yeah, I think, and I'm hot in here too. So there's that. And like tomorrow, I usually do a live on Sundays, but I got to compete. I don't have to compete because there's no competition, right? I'm not a freaking. Anyways, there's that. Damn it, nobody was on Sundays. I'm trying to tell you, and now everybody's on Sundays. So I'm like, God dang it, and Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays and I'm like, just one day, nobody was on my day. Or our day, so it is what it is. I'm just saying. But it really does suck. But we don't have court Monday, but we have court Tuesday. I'm just all about standing my ground and just continuing on with my Sunday, right? So we can, I really do want to go over the Daybell mess. I mean, I kind of did a little bit while we were live with the trial the other day, on breaks and stuff. I'll go and smoke them real quick. But we didn't get far. So, I mean, if y'all are y'all game for that? Are you game for Garth, Emma, Joe, Murray? That way we can I mean, that's what I've kind of been watching anyways. It's just like, the more I watch it, the more I watch other people break it down, the more things just Satan tacos, right? Everybody get your pot stirs. You can also, them wooden spoons, right? Oh, happy birthday, Lamisa. Oh, happy birthday. I'm not going to sing to you. So glad you're here with us. Happy birthday. Oh. Yeah, Donna says, good. Let's dig on the Emma and the Garth on Sunday. All right. See, I just need one person to agree with me, and I'm all. Earlier, we went to Utah, right, for the body cams. One person. I'm like, okay, that's where we're going. So, and then Mohawk Mom says, if you want to see the different ones from Utah, just type Melani Boudreaux arrest in YouTube, and it shows them all. Yeah, we're not. I mean, this is a part 2, so we'll go over other ones too. So, yeah. But yeah, soul trafficking, straight up. I'm sorry, anti soul trafficking. I don't know what you need, pads and diapers and baby sheets and clothing for, money. It's a soul. So make it make sense to me. 501c3, 990s, protected, and these people just make money continuously. Where's it going? We know Julie's not in the church anymore, but I mean, it's like, who? I don't know. Chad, Julie meeting with Tom Harrison, allegedly. I want y'all to go listen to, you can either go to Blaze News Media. I wouldn't, because that's Glenn Beck. He owns it, but Nuance Ho uploaded it's like a 8-minute something. And read the transcript even, while the video is playing in your YouTube. You click the little 3 buttons and you can click on transcript. I copied and pasted it, but just compare that transcript of Janet Russin Tim Ballard's psychic or whatever. And just think about or look at it through the lens of Chad and Lori Daybell jailhouse call that we just, got from June 8th, 2020. Actually, yeah, it was. So, I mean, they are using religion. They are using visions of glory, words. Ruby Frankie and Kevin Frankie, y'all, they're talking about money. And then all of a sudden she's like, starts talking about this damn book and this author. And she's like, Victor something. I Googled it. And I was like, okay, what about him? It's just, they're communicating. I'm telling you. Because how do you talk about $80,000 and then just go off into talking about some author, Victor something. Wasn't even LDS author. So I'm just like, what's really going on here? But I mean, just let me know what you think, at least. Just give it a whirl, if you will. All right. Well, let's do it. Yeah. All right. Happy birthday to you, Lamisa. We love you. And so glad that I think you share your birthday with JJ, or is it the next day? Either way, I'm glad that JJ would have been 12 today. And, I every time I meet with you guys, every time we talk or go over and bitch out somebody in the videos, anytime we are snarking on somebody or getting justice through understanding, Tylee, JJ, Charles, Tammy, and Joe, they're here. And because of y'all, and because we do this, they're here. And so I can't thank you guys enough. No. Oh my God. Okay. Y'all cracking me up anyways. I'm sure they have codes. It is a secret society. I wish people would put out the memo. Right? Thank you. Happy birthday, JJ. Happy birthday, Lamisa, y'all. All right. Justice for Tylee, Charles, Tammy, JJ. I feel like everything's running through my head right now. I'm like, what else do I gotta tell them? But it can, we'll meet again. We will reconvene tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday, right? Yeah, let me make sure. Today's Saturday. Tomorrow, same time, same place. Garth, Emma, and we'll throw in some Joe in there. And yeah. It was real, it was fun, but it wasn't real fun. I'm just kidding. All right, justice for Tylee, Charles, Tammy, JJ, and Joe. Love always wins. You guys are definitely proof of this. Oh, yeah, hold on. I'm almost done. Almost. Did it not upload? Oh, damn. Okay, just pretend I'm done. Oh, I put it right here. Here.
ISO. Dama. Still lying right through they teeth, and they still hiding. How many troops? They was D9. Watch my every move. Tell them keep fine. Leave that shit on scene. I ain't rewind. Less I know you, that don't mean I'm Hollywood. That just mean I'm Hollywood. Off y'all, I probably stood on a fall. Yo, it's so many.